If you're wondering why I'm fishing my take apart whip as opposed to a normal whip, is that there's quite a nasty breeze and I want better control of my float. And the shorter line, got about 2.5 feet between the pole tip and the float, gives me much better control. And I've got it dotted right the way down, but it's a bright yellow hollow tip, so it's very visible. There's no point in using a tip so fine you can't see it, and I like these fine hollow tips dotted down. Now let's just concentrate on catching a fish. Now 6 metres is about as far as I can throw pinkies, at least with my rod head. But I'm not worried about the bait spreading out a bit. I'm not doing a Jamie Hughes trying to present a bait over a small pile. I'm more want the fish to come and start foraging around. That's if they arrive before the rain does, because I can feel some bits of rain in the air, which is not great. And my first catch, a genuine stickfish. Now it's proving to be more difficult than I thought, and I've gambled a bit by putting another small ball of ground bait in, and I'm about to start ringing the changes by trying a red maggot. I've got red and white mixed, plus some fluoro pinkies, and I'll give them a go in a minute. If you're not getting bites, don't be frightened to change things. Find out what the fish want on the day. Now I've had 2 small fish on fluoros and missed a couple of bites, so I'm not sure that fluoro is the bait today. And I'm on double fluoro pinky at the moment, having tried single. I'm going to change to a maggot now, see if that makes any difference. So off with the fluoros. And one thing I like about being here, other than the trickle of water coming through the lock 25 or 30 yards away, I can hear a song thrush. It's lovely. Right, let's just try that. Well, the song thrush is singing away, keeping me entertained, and unfortunately I had the camera off, and there was a flash of brilliant emerald blue as a kingfisher flew down the canal. Shame I missed that, but there you go. That's all you normally get to see them, is that flash of colour as they fly down. But that's my first one of the spring. So, this is proving to be more difficult than I thought, so my next step is to replumb a line in close in about 4 metres. What I'm going to do now. So at 4 sections it's about 4 inches deep, shallower, that's all. bottom feels harder when I drop onto it with the plummet, which might be a good thing. So let's just try there with a pinky. So typical of the day so far, I've stopped to take some pills and a drink with them, and I looked up and thought, where's my float? Nowhere to be seen. Of course, by the time I struck at it, the fish had ejected it, so oh well. But let's just keep feeding this close in line and see if this will produce. I'll be very surprised if this one doesn't turn on, and I'm surprised the longer line didn't. But we shall see. I'm not going to introduce any ground bait of any sort on this close in line, because it's obviously going to be a rock hard day. So, oh, what bird was that? You know, for a minute I thought I'd seen a swallow, but it's far too early. And on top of the boat opposite me, I have a, oh, it's difficult to see from here, it looks like a wagtail, but the wrong colour. Can't see, he's too far away. He's sat on one of the boat ventilators. I don't know if you can hear him. All I can see is a buff chest and a white tip to the tail. So I'm not quite sure. Well, that might well be a wagtail. It's certainly singing sweetly. And still nothing on this close in line. Difficult, did it again. Turned around to turn the camera off. And where's my float? And this time we have another small roach. So, although the fishing is not easy, I'm very content nevertheless, and I like it when the fishing is more challenging. Makes me think and work a bit more. Well, I'm now getting a bit more response on the close in line. Small gudgeon, about what I expected. But I'm quite happy to catch gudgeon. Like I say, I've cut the feed right the way down. I'm probably only feeding 5 or 6 pinkies, because the days are obviously difficult. What we got this time? Oh, another gonk. Quite a fat little fish. And beautifully coloured gudgeon. I do love them. One of my they weren't the first fish I caught by any means. I started off with rudd and small crucian carp, but I've always loved gudgeon. I don't know what it is about them, but I do like them. Whoa, something marginally better. Actually pulled a few inches of elastic out. What have we got? What have we got? Oh, looks quite a nice rope. Yep. Got a wrist swinging in. Oh yes. There we go. They're 4 ounces, I guess, maybe a bit more. Cracking fish. I'm trying something a former canal expert wrote about, which is to use squash pinky on the hook. We'll see if that's working. So far it's working. Had 4 fish on the same pinky. Starting to look a bit ragged, but it's working. I always like to learn from... Oh, and that was a real flyaway bite. I always like to learn new things, because normally I would change the maggot, and I would tell people, beginners, to change the maggot. But the thing about fishing is there's no hard and fast rules. There's no such thing as always and, you know, etc. That one, you see. It's 5 fish on one rather battered looking pinky. Song thrush is going mad too. So yes, day is perking up. I haven't had to pick up the lead rod yet, no, I will do before I go. Same routine, 4 or 5 pinkies, no more. Let's see how we get on. Isn't it funny how I couldn't get a bite in the boat channel, but now I've come down to the... Well, there's only about 4 inches depth difference on this inside line, because the boats come in and out of here and their engines rev up when they moor. There's a couple of these temporary mooring bollards where boats moor up to pass through the locks. So the bottom's obviously more scoured clean. And there was a distinct harder bump on the plummet, as I mentioned when I plumbed up, whereas in the middle it was quite silty, and I noticed the plummet was sinking into the silt. And again, just another gudgeon. But I'll take it. So Billy making, how many fish can I get on, what's that, 5 now, or, I don't know, 5 or 6 fish on a, what is, I suppose almost amounts to a pinky skin. That is working. 5 pinkies or thereabouts, that's all I'm putting in. But yes, I'm now starting to enjoy it now. I've found a few fish. Like I say, the size is not really relevant. And don't be fooled into thinking that canals are all small fish, because they are most definitely not. So, just as an experiment, I've slipped a small grain of sweet corn on. Not that I expect there are any bigger fish around, but, oh, having said that, I've got a bite on corn. Very tentative, but it was definitely a bite. Well, if I can get the fish responding to corn, who knows? Well, I'm catching steadily, not anything special, but enough bites to keep me interested. And it's certainly better than sitting inside and worrying about coronavirus. I had a telephone call from my doctor this morning discussing my medication, and I brought up the subject of this coronavirus, and she said yes, probably the best thing you can do is go out fishing. So I'm out fishing. Don't need telling twice. Just wish I could find more time, but hopefully in the future that'll change. Well, still a steady procession of small fish. Another little roach there. So I'll just plug along to the duration. Well, I'm still plugging away. I'm probably on about 40 fish by now. But regrettably, almost the roach and gudgeon. And this pinky skin business certainly seems to be working. Still just feeding no more than half a dozen maggots at a go. But I'm starting to enjoy myself in now. I've been here about an hour and a half. So yeah, I've caught quite a lot of fish. Alright, they're very small, but at least I'm out fishing. So as you can see, I'm still having a whale of a time. And I've got my first stripey. I did wonder how long it would be before I got one. Only a little baby one, but who cares? Well, marginally better fish. Not saying a lot, but nice roach. Scored your job too. So I'm quite content now. And there we go, that's quite a big gudgeon for the canal. And I'm now catching really steadily. Lots of perch, lots of gudgeon and a few roach, so I'm carrying on. Well, the rain started with a vengeance. Got to get the camera packed away. I've probably had over 100 fish, so yeah, quite an enjoyable short session. But with the rain, I can't risk getting the camera in, so I'm off. So until next time, tight lines.